2 weeks ago, Australia's general terrorism threat level was raised to probable. That means there is a greater than 50% chance of an onshore attack or attack planning in the next 12 months. Mike Burgess, the head of ASIO, has warned Australians that religiously motivated violent extremists and ideologically motivated groups are increasingly hard to track. So why is an organisation like Hizbut Tahrir still operating in this country? This group's stated aim is to establish an Islamic caliphate and call on Muslims living in Western countries like this one to, and I quote, come out of their illusion of their cosy relationship with the West and embrace the struggle of Islam versus non-believers, end quote. 20 years ago, New South Wales Police Counter-Terrorism had a list of organisations they wanted listed as terrorist organisations. One of the groups they were tracking was, guess who? That's right, Hizbut Tahrir. 20 years later, not only is this group still operating, but it is infiltrating protest groups on our streets and in our universities, spreading their extremist filth and whipping up hatred. According to the Age newspaper, Hizbut Tahrir is using front groups to infiltrate the university encampment and pro-Palestinian movements. One of these groups, Stand for Palestine, works in coalition with other Palestinian groups who are often unaware of their extremist connections. In just a few months, this organisation has gained thousands of followers, has stepped up its presence in our mosques and is radicalising our youth. In May, as the Sydney Sheikh led protesters through Sydney University's chanting Free Palestine slogans, just hours later, the footage was edited by Alex Shah Bulan and spread online for Stand for Palestine. In social media posts, Bulan has written that Muslims will, and I quote, continue resisting until Israel is completely wiped off the map from river to the sea, end quote. Hizbut Tahrir is banned in China, Russia, Pakistan, Germany, Turkey and United Kingdom, Indonesia and all Arab countries except Lebanon, Yemen and the UAE. One of the criteria for listing a terrorist organisation is that like-minded countries have done so. Is the UK not like a minded country? Where in our strategic relationship with them doesn't it get any more like-minded than that for sure? When British Home Secretary James Cleverly announced that they would be declared a terrorist organisation, he said that the group was, and I quote, an anti-Semitic organisation that actively promotes and encourages terrorism, including praising and celebrating the appalling 7th of October attacks, end quote. Deakin University's extremist expert Josh Roos told the Age newspaper that Hizbut Tahrir has seized on the violence in Gaza as, and I quote, their chance to shine, end quote. So what is the Australian government doing about this? Not only have we not listed them as a declared terrorist organisation, but according to the investigation by the Age newspaper, Australian authorities have registered and given special tax status to a charity directed by a key figure within Hizbut Tahrir, who has urged Muslims to send weapons to Gaza. We've got a front group for a terrorist organisation that multiple countries, including like-minded ones and Muslim countries, that have prescribed Hizbut Tahrir a terrorist organisation. And what has the Australian government done? We've let a member of the organisation start up a charity. That's right, Australians. Come in if you're a terrorist group. Come into Australia. We'll give you a charity organisation to start up. How is that leading by example? And how is that possibly keeping this country safe? You cannot be serious about this stuff. You couldn't make this up. You seriously couldn't make this up. And as Australians, they've done this to an organisation so they can get tax deductions. That's right, so they can get tax deductions. What a dirty, filthy way of giving someone tax deductions. Seriously. The Charity Commission and the Australian government shouldn't waste any more time dealing with this. Seriously, what do other terrorist organisations do? Do you want to be taking the Australian taxpayer dollars as well? Is that what you want? You've got to do something about this. You can't keep turning a blind eye to this. You've got to start leading by the front foot and let them know we're not putting up with this rubbish. Take their tax deduction status off them and do it now. Do it right now. I want to start seeing some courage in here. Take that tax deduction off them.